Hey, what's up family? It's Sugar from Sound Candy Studio, and today we're talking loop management. And by loop management I mean Loopcloud version 3.0, and it's by Loopmasters. And if you have loops and you're using loops in your projects, this is definitely gonna be a game changer. See you in a moment. Welcome back. Right, so today we are talking Loopcloud by Loopmasters. Loopmasters, if you don't know, is one of the largest online sample distributors. So they have a huge catalog of samples. So if you're doing electronic dance music, house, hip hop, garage, you name it, EDM stuff, this is the place to go to. There were lots of syndications to Loopmaster, but Loopmasters are probably the original. So what I wanted to talk to you about today, this is version 3. I've had version 2, and I'm in love with the samples on this site anyway, so I'm a bit of a sample horse. Simply just buy a load of samples. Whether or not I use them or not, you never know, they'll come in handy later on. But so this is the main interface. On the top right you have your instruments, your genres, your labels, your formats, your additional content, and your keys and BPM. If you can notice that there is a drop down, so if you drop down there are lots of options underneath every single one of these. As you can see, they all have drop downs to them. Not only does this catalog the Loopmaster library, but it also catalogs your own library. So if you have a huge amount of samples like I do, I have all these samples, and this is not all of them, this is all the ones that I've decided to catalog. You can simply grab a folder with where all your samples are in, well, some of your samples are, grab a whole handful of them and just drop them on here, and it will tag them for you. I mean, honestly, this thing will do it all. It will give you your key, it will give you your instruments that you're using, the formats you're using, blah blah blah, and if you right click you can find additional details underneath there, so you can customize this to your heart's content. If you find that you've dragged in a sample and it doesn't customize it and it doesn't add the tag like I did with some of these vocals, I've labeled these vocals even though they were in house and garage and whatever, I've labeled them the vocals. You can simply go up here to the edit button and you can create a new tag. So anything from genres and all the rest of it, formats, keys, labels, you can create your own tag. Just click on it, say create tag, give it a name, and bang, away you go. And you can even give it a color. You can choose the key that you want it to. So if you find something in an F major or an F sharp or whatever, you can give it a key. So it has a huge amount of functionality. And if nothing else, this is a way of organizing your samples. Now, I've always advocated that on my hard drive, I have a Mac Pro 2012 that I'm using, and I have always advocated that you should have your samples on a separate hard drive. So in my Mac Pro, I've got 4 hard drives. I have a 2 terabyte hard drive simply for my samples. And I put all of my samples there, then I back all of those samples up to another server which is in the other studio, so that we always have copies of the samples that we have. But I would definitely, if you are using a laptop, I would definitely say take the samples that are on your laptop, get an external hard drive and back them up to that, because your samples are your samples, or if you lose them, you lose them. Especially if you converted the old style like I did from discs, CDs all the way to MP3s and WAV files. So I think they're definitely worth backing up. So I've literally gone into my sample folder, grabbed a whole bunch of samples, dropped them in here. It did all the indexing for me, so that made it very, very simple. Okay, going back to Loopmasters, this Loopcloud, it comes in 2 flavors. This is your desktop version, and in your DAW you will also get, when you install this, it will install a VST file. I'm not sure at the moment whether there's an AU file for people using Logic, but there certainly is a VST, and there's a VST2 and a VST3 as far as I'm aware. So you literally go into your folder, you find the VST file itself, you drag and drop it. So you've seen I've dragged it to here, and here it is here. If you drag it in, it will allow you to do your audition. So what we're going to do is we're going to mute this one. This is one I bought earlier. We're going to mute that, and we are going to go in and we're going to test this thing out. So we're going to go to here, we're going to go to genres, and for this particular experiment we're going to say hip hop. We're going to click on that, and I'm going to click on, I don't know, just type this right. I'm going to click on roads. So what I'm looking for is roads. Now, I don't want an instrument. I do want a loop rather than a one shot. I want a loop. So I've said that I want to go to hip hop. I want a Rose or electric piano, and I want it to be a loop as opposed to a one shot. So far, it's come up with 394 results. So what we're going to do, as long as the VST is in place, you can look at the bottom here and it will tell you, this says connected to Studio One. So we know the VST plugin is working and is connected. And because it is working, it is also reading the fact that my particular project is on 90 BPM beats per minute. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back to our session in Studio One. And let's fire this up and let's hear this loop. Okay, so here is your loop and we want some inspiration. So what we're going to do is find something that works with this, I guess. So we'll jump back to our Loopcloud and we are simply now going to Audition. So we're going to click on a file and just click play. So as you can hear, it clearly works and it works really well. Because we have this VST plugin, it means we can drop any amount of effects in there. So if we wanted to compress it, we wanted to add a delay, we wanted to add a reverb, we can just drop them in there and it will take effect immediately. So there's no issue there. The other good thing about it, we are doing a live audition in this track. So if we decide that, yep, actually we love that track, we love that sound, we just click purchase. We purchase it, it goes to our folder, we drag and drop it into our project. So how do we drag and drop things? So let's just go back to my library. Let's pick anything. Let's just go to anything. We find a file. Let me just narrow down this window a tiny bit. So we find a file that we want to use. And if we wanted to drag this file or this file or this file or this file, whatever file we want to drag, we're going to click on the file, drag it in, and it's in. It's as simple as that. It really is that simple. Drag the file in. It already, in this particular instance, it will already conform to my 90 BPMs, blah, blah, blah. And that's all you have to do. That really is it. So if you're looking to get some inspiration in terms of making some beats and you want some inspirations, this is definitely the way to go. This is, for me, this is an absolute game changer. Additionally, the plugin is absolutely free. The software is free. In addition to it all being free, you get 500 credits to do what you like. I mean, seriously, 500 credits, no credit card details are required. You literally just sign up, log in, you get your 500 credits. And not only do you get your 500 credits, you have additional content that you can simply download for absolute free. What's not to like about this? If I'm going to criticize anything, the thing that I haven't found out yet, which I would like to find out, and if somebody knows how to do it, please do tell me. If you notice on the cloud content, you have the cover image. I like that. And I want to find out how to get the cover image on the stuff that I already have on my hard drive, because it doesn't seem to bring that in. But other than that, this piece of software it's an excellent piece of software. And even if you simply use it for your own personal libraries, I don't see why you wouldn't get this. You have 500 free credits. You have some additional content that you're going to get for free. I don't see why you wouldn't use this. It's an excellent piece of software. So I'm definitely encouraging everyone to go and buy this. For me, the Sound Candy score, it's gonna be for what it is, and in all fairness, it's not particularly complex. It's an algorithm that does indexing, so it's not particularly complex, but for what it does and the way in which it does it and the way in which it executes it, the link between your personal library and the online store, excellent, perfect. I'm going to give this a 9 out of 10. That's how much I like this. I really do like it, and I think if you're in the market to do anything that requires a sample, this has definitely got to be your place to go. Additionally, don't believe for a second that this is all that's there. No. It's, if you go to the website, which is the loopmasters.com, and you find anything, most of the library that they have on here will be in that software. You just have to go and find the particular piece of the particular sample that you're looking for. They are updating this thing daily, so I would definitely encourage you to go to it. If you can't find it on the app, I would definitely go in and go to the website, find the one that you want, drop the name in here, and it will look for it for you. And if it isn't there, it will probably be there very, very shortly. So that's it for me. Like, subscribe, and leave a comment if there's something I missed, or if there's something I decided that wasn't useful to me. Certainly leave a comment. I have seen lots of people using this on Logic and other DAWs, but essentially it is as simple as that. When you download the piece of software, it will download a VST. It will be in your instrument library folder, and it will be under the heading for Loopmasters. So if you don't see it, you should go and have a look there, and it will bring up this tiny icon, and this tiny icon literally allows it to look at your DAW, sync your tempo and all the attributes you've given to your particular project, jump back into the Loopmasters, and then you're good to go. And if you look down here, you will see that it is connected to your DAW. That's it. Okay, take care. That's it from me. I will see you again shortly. Take care. Bye bye.